No, top four favorites. Obviously, you got Luke Combs. He's a man. He's literally like my inspiration. I love that guy. And
Okay.
I said John Party. John Party's number two, dude. He is literally, if Luke Combs didn't exist, John Party would be my inspiration. That dude is.
All right.
And I like Hardy a lot. Hardy's really good. He's
Okay.
he's up there for me. Uh, you said Texas boys, and I instantly thought of Parker McCollum. I think
Okay.
he's pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. I've heard that name before. Yeah. Have you heard David Allen Burns yet?
I have not, but now that you say that, I'm probably gonna have to look him up. You
Yeah,
say
he's got some good music. Honestly, ever since he was able to be let go from his label he had in Nashville, he's kind of let up more of as he calls it, more of his own style. And he's kind of gotten a more. His last record is called Neon Town. He's
Ooh,
got
all right.
some, huh?
I said, all right, that sounds cool.
Yeah, he's got some good stuff out there. I listen to his stuff pretty well. I was listening to John Wolf for a while, and I like his stuff too. Cody Johnson's cool too. He's all
Cody,
out there. Huh?
yes, yeah, Cody Johnson's really good. I like
Oh
him.
yeah, definitely. So there's a lot of good Texas boys out there. I've been listening to a lot, but there's some other singers out there in different areas that are really good.
I forgot to mention, with John Party, he's actually one of my tattoos on my leg, because
Really?
I'm a big I'm a big country guy. I'm a big just music guy in general. I like connect to music a lot with lyrics and like
Yeah.
sound and that. So actually, my left leg is going to be made into a whole sleeve of like songs that meant something to me, and my
Hmm.
one is John Party. Uh, it's a picture of a car, the car
Hmm.
that he drove in the Heartache on the Dance Floor music
Oh
video.
yeah.
And then I have a tumbleweed heart for Ain't Always a Cowboy, and a cowboy hat because his song Cowboy Hat is sweet. So,
Oh yeah. That's some badass stuff right there. I
yeah.
like that. I'll have to send you a link by email of where you can hear all my music at too.
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out, man.
Absolutely awesome stuff. That was I was actually one of the top questions I want to ask you when you're out on the road. What kind of music do you listen to and everything? That's always a big thing, obviously, being on the road. And anytime when I was touring, I mean, if I especially on a long drive, I mean, I listen to obviously a lot of country music, but I switched up here and find something else out there. But it just always was important to find something good. So I can relate to that honestly. It's especially when you're on a 15-hour drive or more than
Oh,
that.
people dog me for this, but I I have Apple Music, so I can pick any song I want, right? But
Yeah.
I really truthfully like to listen to Pandora because it makes like you can set a couple artists down
Mm-hmm.
and it just makes a great radio station for you, and it brings up old songs and it brings up new songs and stuff you never heard before, and you're like, "Oh man, I like that a lot." Like the one that I go to on Pandora right now, I think I like the four artists that I have on there is uh Breaking Benjamin, Halsey, um, Louis Capaldi, and then Mayday Parade. So those are four completely different artists, but like
Yeah.
it just makes a super sweet radio station for me. And I mean, you can't go without Halsey though. She's just a bad woman.
All right. Cool
The
deal.
only the only person I know in that list was Breaking Benjamin. I'm like, okay, that's one I know about.
You, hang on, wait a minute. Hold up. You don't know who Halsey is?
Is it a country singer?
No, she is just a bad mama jama. I'll tell you that.
Honestly, I don't know that one either. Honestly.
Oh my lord, you guys are both. That's your only thing that I ask of you. You go listen to Halsey, and then you get you get serenaded by her vocal tone, and it is going to be great because she's the best.
Okay, I'll definitely look up.
Okay, so I searched it. Some of these the names of the songs sound familiar. So I have to look that up a little bit more. But the name sounds super familiar. Now I'm seeing some of the song names.
Yeah,
I'm more of a because you're talking about music now. I mainly listen to like heavy metal and rap, but I also listen to ska and reggaeton and things like that. So there's even songs like that are in completely different language than I speak that I listen to. So, but that comes with the territory when you date a Latina. So, yeah.
So, What, a good question. Why you're out on the road is, since you're on the road and I've been out on the road. What's your like go-to must-have food out on the road?
Mm.
That's tough. See, I I am really big right now because I've gone through a big transformation about losing weight. So I used to be a huge like offensive lineman type look, and I realized with wrestling you have to have an aesthetic build. You have to look the part, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
this past year and a half or so, I've really taken my like fitness and my dieting really seriously. So whenever I'm on the road, I actually meal prep. Like I meal prep every day for like the week, and I just take those with me. But I do find myself on the road. I'm very snacky a lot. So I mean I like pork rinds. I got to get those from the gas station. I'm more of like a gas station kind of like pick up a little snack if that makes sense. You
Mm-hmm.
got to have a
Okay.
bang though. Bangs are essential.
Okay. Now, are you beef jerky? Do you do beef jerky too?
Yeah, I like beef jerky. Heck yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah, it's
Uh,
Yeah.
nice. It's a good healthy snack too.
Okay. So you're not much into fast food kind of stuff.
No, yeah, I try to stay away from that as
I
much as I,
hear.
but I will say this, it is tough sometimes because uh going down south, you'll hit up these places like Zaxby's or like Cookout, and sometimes I mean like I'll cave a little bit cuz Zaxby's is so good. Have you ever had Cookout? Do you know what Cookout is?
Yeah. Well, for me, the town that I live in now, there's not a cookout. But when I used to live about an hour away, there was a cookout I try to go to once in a while. It's pretty good. It's really good food, honestly.
Dude,
Um,
for
it
like
really is.
not expensive it is, like how cheap, like
Yeah.
you get a lot of food, like a lot of food. I got
Yeah.
introduced to that like uh I think it was in July or August. Me and my buddies went over to see a buddy in the Navy in Virginia, and he introduced us to Cookout at like 3 in the morning, and it was fire, straight up fire.
Really.
now, where is
It's.
Cookout?
Oh.
It's more like southern south and then east coast kind of. Because I knew when I was down in North Carolina a couple weeks ago, they had one down that way, and like when
Yeah.
I saw in Virginia, they had one there. So I would say it's more southeast.
Right.
Yeah, I
Okay.
live in East Tennessee actually, so it's like I didn't really know anything about it till I moved up. It's been about 6 years now. I've been in East Tennessee. I live about not too far from Knoxville. Cam's
Okay.
down in Florida, so that's where two different states. But yeah, before that, the most kind of like next to it, I would say best the thought would be a comparison. I guess kind of comparison would be Five Guys. That's the
Okay. Yeah. I've got.
Okay. Okay.
that's the best way I can compare it.
Okay. That
If
makes
I
sense.
was compared, but Cookout's great stuff. But yeah, sometimes when I go back to the town I used to live in, I try to stop by if I have a chance. But where I live at, there's not much choices. I usually go to some local owned sub shop. So I live in a small town, and I live in Philadelphia, Tennessee. So I know people think Philadelphia. Next town is like over Sweetwater, so we don't have much to choose for, except for like McDonald's and stuff. I tried. I don't even care for McDonald's, and so I try not to even eat anything fast food. So, yeah, when I'm out on the road, it's that's sometimes snacks or just whatever I can find out and about. But yeah, gas station food, I understand that. That's the next thing to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm down in Florida. That's why I had to ask. We have Zaxby's, and you can do okay there with like grilled chicken salads and whatnot. But generally speaking, it's kind of rough to try and stay on a healthy food diet.
Yep. I completely agree.
Now, with traveling, have you come down this far south to Florida at all?
Um, I not to Florida. I That's one place I really would love to go to. But right now, currently, I believe I've been in 9 different states, and that's one of my big goals in wrestling is to wrestle in all 50 states.
Hmm.
But I'm at 9. I think the furthest down I've gone is Georgia.
Okay.
Okay.
And honestly, if the pandemic wasn't as where it is right now, you probably would have been able to make it down here, especially for the WrestleMania,
Yeah.
because a lot of independents run out right wherever WrestleMania is rolling.
Hmm.
Um, so what other goals do you have in wrestling besides wrestling in all 50 states?
Uh, yeah. So I have wrestling in all 50 states. Another goal of mine is I would like to go internationally and
Mm,
overseas. Um, like kind of short term goals right now that I would love to work on is I want to get paid to fly somewhere and wrestle. That would be pretty neat for me.
mm-hmm,
Um, obviously I want to get a contract, like any of the big companies, with Impact or
mm,
AEW or WWE or even New Japan or something
mm-hmm.
along those lines. That would be awesome. Like, and I like being able to support my family and things like that from those contracts would be like awesome. That would be just like a dream come true. Um,
Yeah.
Another long term goal is like this is something kind of like a goal that I personally love, um, but I would like to make it happen. Is I want somebody to see like my legacy as like a very important story to tell. So I
Mm,
kind of want to have a documentary made about me, but
mm,
I don't want it to be forced. I don't want
right.
to like I don't want me to have to go look for somebody and be like, hey, we should make a documentary about me. I want it to be somebody sees what I do and is like, that is an awesome story, man. And I
Mm,
want to make that into a movie or make that into like something. And that's one big goal for me. Because I like I said, like I came into the business off of a documentary.
mm-hmm.
So I would love to have one about my career, which would be an awesome thing. But that's
Understood.
yeah.
That's cool. I like that attitude. Yeah, that is definitely
Mm-hmm.
cool. Uh, what age are you?
I'm 22.
Oh, 22. Okay.
You're young in the game,
Yeah.
Yeah. I
which
kind
actually, sorry, go
of,
ahead.
no, yeah, I got into it after like like right after high school. So I was 18, I was fresh, and I've been rocking and rolling ever since.
That's cool.
You may have mentioned something I forgot to circle back to. You said you're in college. What were you going to college for?
I'm going to college for communication degree. Um, I actually started originally for going to be a teacher,
Mm,
and I decided that wasn't just for me. So I just have switched to the communication degree because I feel like it'll help me in the long run for wrestling, but it'll also help me and it's a fun degree so far. Like all my classes I've been taking are pretty great.
okay, awesome. The communication. What does that lead into? I don't know that offhand. Is that like marketing or anything like that?
Oh, what was that? I'm sorry.
With communications, what does that lead into? Is that like marketing? Like if
Uh, Actually, like there's a lot of it's like an open-ended degree. Like there are so many things that I could go to. But I'm actually going to sit down with my academic advisor in a couple days and talk to him about like what my journey is going to go towards. Like where am I going with it?
Mhm.
But from just like my outlook right now, I'm kind of feeling like a public relations guy or like even a social media manager would be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
honestly, that can still get involved with wrestling. So like if you like as you mentioned, get contracted with one of those companies, that's another spot you could fill if you need to retire down the line, 20, 30 years down the line. So,
Yeah, exactly.
So I
not a bad plan.
got a question for you. It's going to probably sound stupid. I'm going to ask you anyways because everybody has their own journey, their own goal, and so forth, so on. But without WWE can be, I don't know, I don't say, I guess, stuck in their way or just have a different view on how they do his wrestling with different companies. How many of your wrestling buddies are, really their only end goal or big end goal is to be with WWE? What's their like? Is that like their only, like they have to be there, or like to get there, or like actually I would not want to be there. I want to go with like AEW or something more than WWE, or is it always just about that one company with WWE?
So you're asking me like what buddies like?
Yeah, it's like their like only end goal is like WWE, or is like or that may not be. Well, you know what? That may not be my path. Maybe I'll go to a different company to stay there and just be good with that. Or is like is there only big goal is that that huge goal is that one company. Like
Oh,
usually